All right. Do you have what it takes to be a good budgeter? There are three must-have qualities to successfully budget, to be a good budgeter. And if you're thinking being good with numbers is one of them, you're wrong. So we got three must-haves today to be a good budgeter that is not being good with numbers, because it's not a requirement. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to talk about these three must-haves. You have to be a little flexible with me because my computer is going crazy, so my notes aren't really quite the way that I normally have them. But let me introduce myself. If we are just now meeting, hi, my name is Aimee Circa. I am the money confidence coach. So women hire me to help them ditch financial stress. And as a money confidence coach, I help them to master their money. I can't talk apparently either. By creating confidence so that they can increase financial security, design more options, multiply their income, and have a healthy relationship with money. So budgeting is a portion of that. Let's talk about our three must-haves to be a good budgeter. And again, notes are going a little crazy. Okay, that's right. So the first one is consistency. So again, we don't have to be good with numbers. It doesn't have to come easily. There's so many systems that you can put in place to make that happen and still be a good budgeter. But if we're not consistent with it time and time again, whether we have fantastic months or whether we get a curveball from life or we just blow our budget because, there was a sale or something, because we are human, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have those ups and downs. It's not like you get on this budget and okay, everything's butterflies and sunshine and rainbows and all that fun stuff. Like, life still happens. It's still an up and down roller coaster, but what you see when you are a consistent budgeter is that you have good months more often. We'll use correct grammar here, right? So when you have those good months more often, then you see better returns. So even when you have those rough months and things set you back, it's not as bad as it would have been if you weren't consistently budgeting. So number one must-have to being a good budgeter, consistency. The second thing you need to do to be a good budgeter is being optimistic. So going along the lines of everything is going to kind of go haywire sometimes. Like, we're going to have that stuff come up. We're going to have life happen. I posted, I think it was here on Instagram, was talking about like we only went $200 over our budget last month, and I was excited about that because you know what? We're all human. It's not perfect. It's not gonna always work out the way it's supposed to, but it's important that we keep our eye on the bigger picture. What are you working towards? So when life happens and you go completely backwards in a month, or you completely blow your budget in so many different ways, and you're starting to feel frustrated, the only thing that happens when we're frustrated is we create frustrating results. So we have to focus on on being optimistic. What will happen as we continue to do this work ongoing? So it's not just the one and done thing again, but we have to focus on what we're working towards in the moment, working on those goals. There's so much of that we talk about in the 4M Money Mastery Method. We talk about how to make that happen. But second must-have to being a good budgeter was being optimistic. Okay. And then the last one is be willing to learn, okay? We have to know that, we don't know everything. And honestly, a lot of what we were taught growing up in school and from our parents, they had the best intentions. Well, at least our parents did. I think there could be some discretion on some of the other influences, but they did the best that we could. But this time that we're living in is not the same as what our parents grew up in. And you know what? Our parents are human too, and other influencing factors around us. Like, they did the best that they could with what they knew, but that stuff doesn't really work anymore because we were in a different industry. We were in a different time frame. So that whole go to school, get good grades, get a good paying education, and you'll be set for life, or get a good paying job and like just stick with it, you'll be set for life. That doesn't work anymore. If it worked, that was in the industrial age. We're not in the industrial age anymore. This is a different time frame. There are different things that happen. The economy and life has changed. we have to be willing to change with it. And we have to understand that, you know what, there is always something out there that we need to be improving on our skills and staying up to date with what's actually working and what's going to work for us long term. Because a lot of times there's information that'll be put out there that might work okay for short term, but it doesn't set you up for long-term success. And that's what we're looking for you. So being willing to learn, and the second portion of that first one is leaning on support. You don't have to do this alone. You shouldn't do this alone. There's a good analogy around there of the AA community. The reason that it works so well is because of the community. There's people around you that are working to do the same thing that you are. They're working to improve their finances. They're working to move forward. That's the whole purpose of Money Masters Inner Circle, is to have that community, that support of people around you that are working to improve their finances. They're being intentional. They want to be smart with their money. They want to do more. They want to create that impact. They want to leave a legacy. So find people around you that are wanting the same things. If you're hanging out with people who don't want to move forward in life like that, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That they can have whatever goals that they want to have. But you need to find people that have similar goals as you, that they're working to move forward like they should. Or like you, not like they should, like you want to. Like we have this similar interest, so you're both working to improve forward. So you can have weekly check-ins. And when those rough days come up, and maybe you're struggling with the second one, you're struggling with being optimistic, that community is there to support you and help push you forward to the next level to help you achieve it. So those are our 3 must-haves to be a good budgeter. And you'll notice that we did not talk about being good with numbers because it's not a requirement. It's not something that you have to do to be successful with budgeting and with money management. Now, if you're thinking like, okay, this sounds great and all, Amy, but I've tried this budgeting thing before, or I don't really know, like our budget, it's just kind of there. Like my idea of a budget is like we show up and like the money comes in, I pay our bills, and then we just spend whatever's left. Like that's my budgeting, okay? We can do better, right? I am working on a new training. We're gonna do a mini course dive in on budgeting for prosperity. It's not even ready yet. Nothing's there, but if you want to be on the VIP, to be the first to know whatever things are ready to go, to be one of the first ones to test it out with me, then let's put a budget in the comments or send me a message that this is budget. We'll make sure that you're one of the first ones to be a part of this because our budget should be creating prosperity. So let's budget for prosperity. Work on these 3 must-haves to be a good budgeter, and make sure to tag a friend that could use this as well. We'll see you next time. Bye.